So today is a big day. Big day because I have bought something that I've been pining for a long time. Right, it is a Sig. Specifically, I got a Sig Sauer P365 tack pack for $504.06 after taxes. So I bought a new gun today because this Rohrbaugh R9 is supposed to be my carry gun, but I found that it was non-confidence inspiring. One of the important events in this gun's life was at a gun show or at a conference. Carl Rohrbaugh was asked on camera, and you can find this on YouTube probably still somewhere. He was asked by someone, "Can I shoot this gun constantly? Can I practice with it 10,000 rounds or so through this gun?" And Carl Rohrbaugh responded, shockingly. He said, "No, don't do that." He said, "Put 6 rounds in it, shoot it at the firing range to check its action, go home, clean it, reload it, and carry it, and do this no more than maybe once a month." And I believe that tells you everything about the lack of confidence the maker himself had in this gun. Long-term reliability, long-term durability. Because it is made out of 7075 machined aluminum, 174 stainless steel, you would think that it would be more durable than a plastic frame and steel. Whether it was because he didn't test it himself to that duration, because he was just a small operation, just a family operation, or he was just concerned about having to deal with breakdowns in the future. He was mainly concerned about his own convenience, basically. He did say that you should not shoot this often, and that was extremely non-confidence inspiring from the maker himself. Kind of poor marketing. When I shot this myself on the range multiple times, one of the first things you should notice that it is not only extremely snappy, this aluminum frame blades into the webbing of your hand to such an extent that after about 6-7 rounds, it hurts. It hurts to shoot this gun. And because of that, because it hurts to the bone to shoot this gun, I found myself rarely shooting this. Secondly, I found that because of that pain that I learned, I would sometimes flinch more in shooting this gun than any other gun I've ever shot. As a result, it's not a gun to be shot in the words of its own makers. And in my own personal experience, it's not a gun to be shot often. Now, thirdly, in 2014, this company went under. It was sold to Remington by Rohrbaugh. Carl Rohrbaugh and his family got out of the business, and so this gun is no longer supported. Remington did nothing with the patents they bought from Rohrbaugh except produce a 380 gun, possibly along these lines, but not at all the same gun itself. And Remington, not known for pistol making anyway. So this is a defunct company, basically. And as such, this gun is now a collectible. It's not to be used and abused. This is an extremely, I think, valuable gun to have, and not something that I'd want to carry around with me. It's a heavy hunk of metal. Because it's so small, it's very dense. It's loaded now with that Winchester silver tips. Look at how thin the magazine is. It only carries 6. So I had to buy these aluminum grip extensions, and without them, this gun is almost impossible to hold. But with it, it becomes quite manageable. One of the quaint features of this gun has got that kind of cute little vintage type of magazine hold in there. So I think this gun I'll keep forever in my safe, probably unloaded. This custom fit Bear Creek leather holster. To compare this gun with this gun, there's the size difference. Taller, lengthier, but very much similar in width. And the lengthier component is not by much. So this is the year 2000 design gun that I bought in 2011. It's 12 years ago. This is a very recent design, 2017, just 6-year-old. In the past 6 years, Sig Sauer has uncovered via its customers many problems with it, like a fragile firing pin, trigger drop corrected, In the past 6 years, I think this gun is nearly perfected. There's a guy on YouTube named Miles who has shot almost 60,000 rounds through it without hardly a problem that he's noted. I've not shot this on the range, and I will do that tomorrow for the first time. But look how it just absolutely nestles into my hand. I believe the difference in preference in many of these people is anatomically. Some guns just fit into your hand better than others. Comparatively, when I looked at like the Glock 26, the Glock 43, the Hellcat, and the Kimber R7 Mako, those other guns felt like chonk monsters compared to this thing, which just disappeared into my hand. So after just holding it, I knew immediately this was the one that I wanted. The main draw to the Kimber R7 supposedly is the 1911-like trigger, compared to this gun whose trigger is a bit more, maybe more than a bit heavier, but can be staged and is very crisp and predictable apparently. The trigger on this thing was almost 10 pounds. This one supposedly 6 pounds in most people's measurement, and very predictable. This trigger was long and heavy. I'm hoping this trigger will be much better. The advantage to this gun also over, let's say, a Glock 43, which comes with the Glock's shitty sights. This comes with tritium 3-dot sights already, right out of the box. So it's got that night use capability. The weight on this, despite having 13 rounds in this, 12 plus 1 rounds in it, on my own measurement, just 1 pound, 8.7 ounces, as compared to this one, which was just 6 plus 1 or 7 rounds, almost half the rounds of this one. This one was 1 pound, 2.3 ounces. So for 6 more ounces, I would rather carry almost twice the ammo. Because it's quite thin, when I carry it, found that when I put my shirt over it, it's just the very lightest of printing. Only people looking for it would see it. The thinness, the general short length of it, the short height of it, makes this just an inestimable concealed carry weapon. And so the Rohrbaugh, I think, is ancient technology, ancient meaning 12-year-old technology that must be put to rest at this point.
Perfect. Yeah. So a good bucket instruction for a breech, that's nice and high. Drop your fingers underneath just like that. One space like that. So this one's done. And again, if you're up on sights, doing that trigger reset, it makes you a better height. Okay. You do the opposite hand, you do that, or you need to, then finger on the trigger and like relax. Come back up on top, doing those breaths like that.
I think you like it because it's small.
17 rounds.
Yeah.
It's cell blood. And then you got some people that get you, well, I don't want them to get them scratched up. Did they mention